Here's how I'm turning my backyard into a grocery store to feed my family of 5. Listen, prices are never going to go down. I don't know what else you want me to say, what else you need me to say to convince you to start growing your own food. I just know that feeding my family, my kids are little, and it's still expensive to feed them kids. Anyways, I wanted to grow a backyard grocery store to feed my family of 5 straight from our backyard, so that's what we're doing. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the most impressive thing first because it's going to save us the most amount of money, and surprisingly it was the cheapest thing for us to set up. And that thing is right here behind me. It's our potato patch. If you ask me how many potatoes I planted, I lost count, but I started with 182. I'm assuming I got about 130 to 150 actually planted. I just went through and counted all of the potatoes that are already coming up, and I counted exactly 100. I planted a variety of Red Norland, Yukon Gold, and Kennebec. Roughly 2/3 white potatoes and 1/3 red potato. Now, how I built this thing, it was so super easy and super simple, super cheap. All I did was I got used cardboard from work, cut them into strips, laid the seed potatoes directly on top of the cardboard, at least from this section all the way down. That's what I did. I just put the seed potatoes directly on the cardboard and I covered them up with soil, and after that I realized the soil was drying out quick, so I started laying down straw, and that has worked numbers for keeping the moisture locked into the soil. Now for this section down, from right here down, I planted these seed potatoes about 2 weeks after this bunch, and I did lay down soil first, put the seed potatoes in the soil, covered them up, and then I laid straw down on top of that, and it's doing good. Super cheap, super simple. I paid $0 for the cardboard. I paid $24 for all of this straw. I used 2 packs of the $12 straw I got from Walmart. And the soil, I'm gonna assume, was no more than 30. I mean, I don't think I used more than a yard on this whole patch. And I spent about $40 on seed potatoes. So I spent less than $100 to plant roughly 150 potatoes. I'm just going off ChatGPT right now. I'm no expert, but on the low end, the varieties I planted could bring in between 150 to 225 pounds. The average backyard yield could be 300 to 450 pounds, but if everything goes great, a strong season, no major issues, I could potentially see 450 to 750 pounds of potatoes. Again, that's just what ChatGPT said could be my yield with what I planted, how I planted it, spacing, etc. I would be thrilled if I come out of potato season with 200 pounds of potatoes. Then back here behind my potatoes, we are gonna have my tomato wall. I put this on my north side of my garden so it doesn't shade out any of my other crops. These tomatoes are gonna be up to 6 to 8 feet tall. I'm growing Hungarian heart tomatoes. They're a real good canning sauce type tomato, so pretty excited for that. The fruits grow up to 1 pound each in good growing conditions, so that's exciting. I have 26 ready to plant. I don't think I'm gonna fit nearly half of that inside my tomato wall. This is about 20 feet long right here. So if I could get half of what I have planted and just give away the other 10 plants, that'd be great. I'm trying to make all of my tomato-based products from my backyard right here, from this 20-foot stretch of dirt. I want to make all of my ketchup, barbecue sauce, marinara sauce, pizza sauce, salsa. I want to make everything from my own homegrown tomatoes. I'm planning on planting my tomatoes next week. Ohio weather is just up and down and up and down, and you can just never tell when it's safe to put out your plants. Now we're moving right along to this bed. I have 158 Danver half-long carrots in this bed. I spaced them, I thinned them out last week maybe to 1 inch apart roughly. And when they grow a little bit more, I'm gonna come back and thin them out to about 2 to 3 inches apart. Right now I have 158. By the end of the season, I'm really hoping to have at least 75 good-sized carrots. The carrots I grew last year were so itty-bitty, but I've done my research, and apparently if you thin them right, they'll grow. But if not, there's always next year. Moving right along, right here we have 6 broccoli plants, really 7, because this one down here are 2 together. I really need to dig them up and just replant them because they're not growing. They're probably competing and all that good stuff. But I have 6 broccoli plants, and if you're wondering why I put the laundry mesh bags on top, it's because last year when we tried to plant broccoli up in our container garden in our driveway, those cabbage moths laid all their worms, their eggs and worms came and ate the entire plant. And what's weird is after they ate the whole plant, we didn't clean it up, we just left it in the garden for a sacrificial plant, and the plant regrew, and again about 2 or 3 weeks later the cabbage moths laid again and ate it all up. So I'm hoping, my mother-in-law said that this is how she grows her broccoli. One of my subscribers mentioned covering them up also, so I'm hoping that this works. So far it's doing great, but it's also early May, so who knows. This is going to be our raspberry wall. We have 6 heritage red raspberries planted. I want to say one of them is a goner. This one right here hasn't grown nothing, and we planted this maybe a month and a half ago. But these ones, they're taking off, man. I don't know why these ones are growing so much better than the ones down here, but these ones are all starting to grow too, just a little bit slower than those ones over on that side. And sadly, I don't think our blueberries are gonna make it. We're no pros. We're just throwing plants in the ground and hoping for the best. But only, I think, 2 of the 5 are showing any signs of life. If you're a blueberry expert and you know, let me know. I don't know. Which really sucks because blueberries are my son's favorite fruit, which is why we were planting 5 of them. It's starting to rain, so I'm gonna hurry this up. These 2 oval-shaped raised beds are gonna be herb gardens. We only planted 2 things in here so far. We have our oregano and we have our thyme. We have rosemary and parsley still to plant and chives, but that's gonna come in another, when we have time. We have 14 everbearing, eversweet strawberries in this bed, along with, I don't know, 7 or 8 onions. I went mad and sprinkled some lettuce and spinach in here, just all over, along with this bed. This is all spinach. Nope, that's all spinach. And this is all lettuce. 75 onions are in here. I just gave them fish emulsion yesterday, and I can already tell they are just taking all that nitrogen up, and they look really good. Along with these 28 garlic, they're like 3 feet tall. It's ridiculous. I'm cutting this video short because it's starting to rain and my neighbor is cutting his grass, making it hard to hear, I'm sure. But I hope you liked it. Have a great day and follow for more inspiration to grow food from your backyard to feed your family.